There's a lot of lessons for us to learn. We've been on the other side of this the last couple of weeks, and I don't think that at this level you can ever think that anything is over. It's never as easy as you think, and at times in the second half we weren't accountable for what we have to do. I thought in the first half we did a lot of really good things, and to some degree in the second half we did some good things, but we defended without fouling in the first half, which is important to us. We did a really good job on the defensive glass. But in the second half, we weren't able to get consecutive stops. We gave them 14 points from the free throw line. So we'll grow from it. We'll learn from it. We've been on the other end of it. And so that's just part of what this is.
Buzz, with the technical foul with the 5-point swing, what was your vantage point on what happened?
I think you'll have to ask the coordinator of officials. I don't want to. That's the best way for me to handle it.
And second straight game with under 10 free throws. Is that just the nature of the way that the game unfolded, or something you can work on?
I'll just recommend both questions that way.
Buzz, your answer may be the same regarding not the second technical foul, not two even on the floor, but the first one on Coleman. You can make on that.
Yeah, I'm not being condescending. I just I want to be professional in every possible way. I want to give credit to Coach Terry, give credit to their players. Incredible second half, and the making subs and I don't know. I would have to read the rule book.
Did that kind of thwart your momentum at all? Did that kind of aid in with the free throw?
We didn't respond very well to it, and I would be at the front of the list of that, and I need to do a better job.
Buzz, you guys got some great open looks to get a lot of those threes.
Mm-hmm.
They tightened up on the perimeter. When you're hitting 8 threes and kind of get to double-digit threes, and that's outside y'all's norm, I guess. Do you feel like do you like that? Do you not like that? I mean, how do you feel the offense is going when that's not maybe y'all's strength?
Yeah, we scored at 1.13 points per day per possession today. It was a little slower game than I expected, to be honest. I thought it would be a 65, 67 possession game. Obviously, it was lower. I thought we did a good job playing inside out. A lot of those threes, the ball was coming from within the paint, and so we were 10 toes to the rim. Not just us. I think any team probably shoots that a little bit at a higher percentage. And a lot of that was what happened in the first half. Some of those threes that Four hit late clock, I think I would give credit just to his talent. He has the ability to do that. But offensively, a lot of the things that we did on the glass, our offensive rebound percentage was 46%, which is above our average, and our defensive rebound percentage, which we've been concentrating on the last couple of weeks, was 81%. So that's good. I think the thing that hurt us the most, particularly in the second half, they had 0 free throw makes in the first half and 14 in the second half, and so that disrupts the rhythm. That's points that they get when the clock's not running, and that's going to lower the possession count. But I thought offensively, I thought we did do some good things.
Buzz on Trey Johnson he had a season high 30, and you were trying to get the ball out of his hands to make it hard.
He's just ultra talented. He's deserving of all of the accolades prior to arrival here. I think Coach is doing a great job of utilizing them. They're playing without 6, and I think 6 is, on both sides of the ball, a really effective player. And so when you lose a player as talented as he is, that role has to be dispersed somewhere. It's similar to us playing without 4 those 3 games. Like, you can't lose a player of that magnitude, of that effectiveness, and it not have to be given out. Now, I think it's the first time 6 hasn't played. And so I thought 20 was phenomenal. Not just the last basket, but he causes stress because he can score at all 3 levels. And his range is not college three-point range. But then I think the thing in the last 2.5 weeks since we played him, I think he's getting a lot more touches in that mid-post area. And now it's a little dicey on when do you double, how do you double, and if the answer is you're going to double, where are you going to double from? And I think as the game shortens in conference play, no matter what conference you play in, those decisions become monumental. So prior to the technical, I think 4 fouled him at the elbow. But I can't remember how many baskets he had made up until that point. And some of those free throws obviously were from our technicals, but a lot of them were we weren't guarding him without fouling him.
Can you explain the last play from your vantage point on Mark's field goal?
Yeah, so special situation, first half, side out of bounds, Texas ball, 4.8 seconds. They run the triple stagger, trying to get, I think it was 0 that was at the point at that time. I thought we did a good job with that. Their typical sideline out of bounds, we were prepared for. I think what they ran out of that timeout would have been a special for them. Obviously, it was for 20 to get a basket, and he for sure did that.
Buzz, in the last 5 minutes or so, did you want to get the ball more into Wade's hands and really take it away, or what was going on?
I thought they did a good job defensively on 4 when he didn't have the ball in his hands, making it disruptive, making it hard for him to catch. I thought he played with really good poise today. I did not think that he was his best self in Oxford. I thought he was – I know he got hit in the mouth, and he was out a little bit there in the first half, which kind of changed our roster rhythm a little bit. But I thought he played really well.
Buzz, what did you make of how you guys were in the paint and on offense particularly?
Yeah, I think since Wake Forest, I think we've tried to make it more of a priority for Gochi to get touches. I think he leads the conference in field goal percentage at 82% after 6 games. I think he commands a presence. I think our guys, with each passing day, not just game days, I think with each passing day they're more comfortable giving it to him. I think we're continuing to try to find ways, I don't know if creative is the right way, different ways to get him a touch. This would be his highest number of field goal attempts in his career at Texas A&M. And I would say he didn't make some of the ones that he has been making, but if I were to do it again, I would say I still agree with the principle of that.
Buzz, how did UT look different than when you saw him a few weeks ago at Reed?
Yeah, well, I've never seen him without 6. And as I mentioned, I think he had 6 offensive rebounds against Missouri. They had 28 free throw makes. And I know all of those weren't number 6. But similar to what I was saying about 20, they're elite in regards to one-on-one, the ability to score. 0 is, 20 is, 12 is, 6 is. And I don't know that I would necessarily say in the 21 days since we've played them that they're necessarily running new plays. I think some of the backside of their actions, the spacing's a little different. 20 getting the touch on mid-post, some of that spacing's a little different. And we struggle with that some in the second half. They're sending 25 as a cutter. They're sending 21 as a cutter. Some of that, I think, probably is because 6 wasn't playing, and so their forward rhythm was obviously a little different. They're running a couple of new actions that I picked up on, but I think it's more to create space for those guys. Those 4 guys can score home or on the road versus man or zone.
Buzz, they blocked 9 shots today. How or did it affect what you wanted to do? You talked about getting the ball to Pharrell in the paint.
Yeah, statistically speaking, That's probably the worst thing we do offensively. We've had more shots blocked while we're on offense than nearly every Power 4 team in the country. 9 is probably a little above what our average would be, but the thing that's hurting I think entering today, I think our offense was 38th in the country. And if you were to find two things that hurt us the most, is effective field goal percentage. We probably solved some of that today. Our free throw percentage needs to increase. Today we shot 8 and we made 38%. That's a number that drags us down. And then block shots is another thing that drags us down. We do a really good job getting to the paint. We've got to do a better job, and we've been addressing it. How can we do a better job of playing off two when we draw two and making the right decision? And we've made some progress in that regard. We played with a low-ish turnover rate today, but in a low possession game, you probably want to try to, for sure, be in single digits.
Coach, basketball is a game of runs, 3 to 4 minute runs. Texas seemed to have the whole second half of a run. And you called a couple times outs to slow them down a little bit. What did they show you at the second half that just, it wasn't, they weren't stoppable, I guess? Yeah,
we didn't do a good job defensively of consecutive stops without the whistle blowing. They are elite, 4 elite scorers. I know 6 wasn't playing today at all 3 levels. And too many times today, particularly in the second half, we fouled. We fouled for a variety of reasons, whether it was a smart foul, a late clock foul, our defensive principles we failed on. I thought the first 100 minutes, you could say that we were on a run, and you can for sure say that the last 100 minutes they were on a run. Their run was 1 point better than ours. And give credit to coach, give credit to their staff, give credit to their team. That's hard to overcome in 2025. When you get down double digits, to not say, hey, we'll try it again next time. And similar to what happened with us and Norman, it's eerily similar. 17 minutes to play today, we're up 22, we lose by 1. 17 minutes in Norman, we're down 18 and we win by 2, I think. So, like any team, at this level, as you approach February, the game is, it's a cliche, it's a game of runs. Sure, and when there's a game of runs, you have to diagnose, so why were we good on that run? And then why were we not good when they were on a run? And I think there's a lot for us to learn, particularly in the second half.
Buzz, just with Manny, after the first half he had, what went kind of into the decision to kind of maybe not play him as much in the second half, kind of go away from him?
Yes, sir.